Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equities Story. I'm with the wonderful Wolf, and this is just a general share advice, not personal advice. And Wolfie, let's get going because I want to go through Einstein. And Einstein has got some really interesting stocks for people to look to trade. And again, some interesting announcements that came out today, Wolf. So let's fire away.
All right, so let's go through the announcement. You've got first one with SUL. That was a really good update. From a retailer. And the thing is interesting, last week I remember you went to me, look at that, Wolf, you look at these retailer stocks, they're looking great on the charts. We are thinking to ourselves, what's going on here? But of course, we had some decent numbers post-Christmas from the retailers, from the spending out there. It's translating, and now we've got SUL coming out with the actual facts, right? The facts are bloody good. For someone like SUL coming up with 15% growth, holy moly! And what are they paying? What, 7% yield? I mean, this is definitely a dividend stock for sure. If you're looking for something decent, I mean, I'd love to pay at $10, $10.50, something around there. But if you're taking a long-term view, $12 and maybe average out over the next few weeks, months, easy.
Yeah, Wolf, it was really strange last week. Suddenly you're seeing Lavisa, you're seeing Nick Scali. You're just seeing a number of retail stocks suddenly bouncing up, and it makes you realize that maybe, which is a little bit scary. These interest rates haven't sort of stopped the spending yet, have they?
No, it hasn't. Which is this is one of the indicators for us. One of the indicators to see how the inflation is going, and we thought we need to see the numbers down in the spending. We really haven't seen that, have we? Yet looks like inflation is coming down. So that's almost like a yes, win-win situation for us. Let's hope it continues that way, Dave. Then we can avoid recession, and we could have a really good year this year.
Okay, fingers crossed. Now, TIE, I just mentioned I had a buy signal, and surprise, first gold pour. So, you can understand why it's got a buy signal.
Dave, gold player, gold's going incredibly well. Just a quick mention of gold at 1920. So it's still powering along the gold players. If you're in on some of these stories, just lift your stop losses. This one is in Africa. It's actually the African stories are going quite well there. But I've had a look at WAF, TIE, and Perseus are all going pretty well. So all producers looking pretty good.
Now, I think the big story is PNV Polynovo. Wolf had a superb buy signal a few weeks ago. We put it on, bang, up it went. What's the story there?
I think it's like everyone knew what the results will be. So now they're taking profits. I'd say that's why you've got this big green candle there. It's almost like the results were released with invisible ink. No one could see except a few. They were start buying, and now we're just the facts are here. People are taking profit, but when you look at the results, they're pretty good. It's the only thing that still gets me, of course, and we've talked about it many times over, is the valuation. Saying that if they can keep growing at this pace, maybe it will catch up to the valuation soon.
Okay, Lynn, more results, and again fairly strong, Wolf.
Yeah, again, it looks like potentially. Very good results for sure, right? Out of Africa for rare earths, but maybe a bit of facts after the actual run up. So people taking a little bit of profit, but they're good results. So you possibly, if you like this story, for me it's high risk, of course, being in Africa and so on. Just protect yourself with tight stops, but maybe there's got more to come.
Excellent, Wolf. TYR, it's up. It's not quite trending yet, so I'm not sort of technically into it, but it's a good sign that this company is doing well.
Dave, this is the canary in coal mine for me, right? I told you this is at the forefront of what the retail scene is like, because they are, the terminals between a consumer like us and the business. And if they can show the numbers are growing, that means the businesses are growing themselves. And the numbers today were actually spectacular when you look at them, Dave. I think they was very good. I think it's going to be probably trending very soon, and that's probably why people were looking at this maybe as a takeover target. So retail, by the looks of things, is going well. That's why you've got SUL. That's how you've got some of the others that are going well. So maybe there is some trends to be made some money on.
So when you look at the downturn, the recovery, sort of fundamentally, forget the charts. Is this a buy for you?
Okay, if I like the story, yes. The only thing, and I think is I like the numbers coming out. So fundamentally, if I didn't know what the story is, I'd be buying this up. The only problem for me, the actual business itself, it's going up against some behemoths like Square and some others, right? Which is difficult for me to swallow and see myself, either can they dominate Australia and go overseas, because Square is probably going to smash them and more, right? So I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of caught between two things. The business is going quite well. They're obviously doing quite, I suppose executing fairly well as well. But is it the business for me? Maybe not. I'd rather play something else. But I can see the numbers just on their own, black and white, fantastic.
Excellent. And Big Tin Can, Wolf, confirming guidance. I still don't like the chart. It still looks weak to me. I know it's up 8%.
And I still don't like the story.
What?
And I still don't like the story. So, when you read through it, absolutely looks, again, it's almost like a tyro, right? The numbers look impressive. You're thinking to yourself, yeah, there's acquisitions in there. They're talking about being cash flow positive, improving quite a lot on a lot of facets. But it's just not a business for me. I mean, I can't love everything, unfortunately. So I pass. And, they had that's supposedly looking to be acquired. That was some bit of a, I don't know, debacle for me. Anyway, pass for me. I think there's better stories out there.
All right, Wolf, just very quickly, have we put that as hot stock? I mean, I think that was a really good discovery of yours the other week, which in some ways, when I look through the story, you're always sort of, I know you never blow things out of proportion, but when you look into it, they've got a project that in a year, they might be kicking themselves. They sold it for more or less twice their market cap, because that project it's got a lot more drilling, and it could get even better and better and better, especially with copper prices, or copper, could be one of the commodities of the year, right? And then they've got all these other projects as well, which all look quite interesting. So I think it's a really interesting hot stock. Now, I know it's had a good move today, but I think the story is that sort of 6, 7, 8 month story to see how the whole thing develops with OZL.
Yeah, look, like I said, I mean, when we spoke about it, it just looks flying under the radar, right? Lots of value locked in Havilah. And, if you bring it up to the open, you see more people being interested, especially when like you said, if your copper and gold goes well over the next 6 to 12 months, yeah, it could easily be much higher than it is right now.
All right, Pete, I just want to go through Einsteins with you, just to see if there's any of Einsteins that you particularly like from a fundamental point of view.
Oh, I tell you, I love some of those buy signals. Whew.
Well, there were some good ones. And certainly CAR, which we're not trading on the website officially, but you like it, do you?
Oh, Dave, it's in a portfolio. Why wouldn't I like it? Look at the chart, first of all. And, I'm a technical guy first these days. So, you got to love that.
Right, and you don't feel it's gone for, obviously it's starting to go for that buy through. You don't feel it's too late to buy that at 268?
No, look, the thing is with this buy signal, I'm almost like going to buy it for the next 12 months. This is like a 12-month trade for me, Dave. This is when I've got this set up really in the year, or early in the year in January, when I see the actual market maybe looking a bit better on the back of, we've got China opening up post-COVID, right? Which is a huge thing because that was dragging us back. Plus, maybe a pivot inflation and interest rate rises. This is the stories I'm looking, going, great, this is my signal to buy for the long term. So I'm actually liking it from a short-term point of view and the long-term point of view. So this is more of a short, long-term trade.
All right. And if you were going to buy this, what would your target be then for a long-term trade?
I don't have a target long-term trades, Dave. I'm just hoping it's going to go up to $100.
Well, at least the first thing you'd be looking at is $26, right?
Yeah, look, previous highs, absolutely. So what it is, okay, so can it reach $26 in the next 12 months? Only if they really, smash their own forecasts, and we're getting a bit more excited about the tech stories, right? That's probably the only reason it's going to get to 26. Otherwise, I'm probably thinking $26 maybe in the next couple of years.
Or even maybe for a trade, just have a stop loss below 22 and target 24. Maybe.
Correct. I think 24 is much more doable, much quicker, probably within 6 months.
On a maybe good announcement, Wolf.
Yep. Well, we're coming up to reporting season, right? So it is, of course, it can go either way. They could report pretty poorly, but
all right, I get the idea for long-term trade, but let's put this a little bit more aggressive. Let's target 24.
Yep. All right.
Stop loss at 21.90. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So you like car? Obviously, I know you love PWH. I mean, it's already up. It's starting to move. What a good story, but what a lovely price action.
Another one of those. My God, it's great. I love the chart. I love the fundamentals. It really should continue to deliver quite well fundamentally. So I'm really liking this.
CTT.
All right, now you're losing me.
Okay. All right. Okay. No, so we just want your opinion. Some smaller ones. DNA. TWE.
Yeah, definitely good.
With the opening of China, one you must like.
Yep.
NAB.
Yeah, it looks surprising. It looks very good, but I don't mind this because if there is a pivot of that interest rates might be tapering off, you never know. You could get more people interested buying their house again, right? This is again pivotal. We should be looking at some of these banks as maybe a trade. Interesting.
Yeah, but also their dividend will also get more appealing, won't it? Qantas, Wolf.
Yep, still looking good. Still looking at some flying and stuff. And I've been looking at some tickets and crazy still.
Yeah, I know. Mineral resources looking very strong. AGY. Then some smaller ones. TIE, funny enough, like we said, it came out with an announcement today. LRS, which we've looked at before, didn't look too bad, and GT1. So a few more risky ones.
Yep.
High risk. And please read. Obviously, we write high risk next to them when we feel they're high risk. So there's
about 3 that look very good for me. Like the first 2, car, what is it? Car, PWH, and TWE. Definitely look the best pick for me in the buy.
And you've got bullish stories. You've got IGL. It's a long-term favorite. You've got TLC, a little bit early on the charts, but I thought breakout sort of record highs last week. IEL.
Yep, looks good again.
Excellent. JBH.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Another retailer. That's let's see what they update like.
I mean, you think they could have a move? Obviously, SUL. Came out this morning. We've had them on for the last 2 weeks. Lavisa still looking good. We had them. It looks even better than it was last week. AX1 again.
What's this? This is all retailers, Dave. What's going on in this world?
Look at that Nick Scarley chart.
This is a good chart,
isn't it? Like ADH. Adair's looks excellent. Okay, we've got AAC. Looks very, very good.
Interesting. I've been reading about the beef markets, and it had actually poor year last year due to the fact that not enough workers, right, in Australia, and of course Asia probably with China closed down. So if China opening up, this could be the sleeper. That this could be a very good trade.
All right, but again, it looks excellent. You've got great stop losses under these lines. RIC,
absolutely,
been steady. Woodside, which we put on a trend. Soul Pats, I really quite like Soul Pats. I think the price action is pretty good. PDN, uranium coming back a little bit. I think we've seen this with a few. The BOE, we've seen this with a few uranium plays. BOE coming back. RNU looking bad. Rare Earths, AEE, MCM. Yeah. Lovely looking chart. We got CBA. I thought
there's more banks. There you go. So there's there's that thing.
And then Bendigo.
Yep, there's another one.
PNI, PTM.
Yep. Okay. Even the funds. Look at that. Even the fund managers are coming back.
Well,
this could be the start of something. A bit of a run.
Well, Wolf, look at it. It's it's trading around $4 for a while, and they've had a terrible time. But
but you know why that's going up? Because when you read through these guys specialize in Asia, right? See what's happening in the Chinese market, and I think they had a very good run over the last few weeks. Maybe this is what just telling you that they're having a really good run in Asia at the moment, and possibly we might even target that 260 right on this.
Well, I think if we're going to put a trade on, I like the idea of car, but this could be an interesting one. just playing the opening up of Asia, right?
Yep.
A buy at 214. There's good risk reward, Wolf. You've got to stop at 193.
Yep.
And you've got a target of 249.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll put
Yeah,
that one
not
on.
bad. That's 10%. That's 10% right there.
PGF looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Hum.
another fund manager.
Look at Hum.
Oh.
Looking very, very good. So again, some more risk of Promedicus.
This like is almost every single week. It's on Einstein's that BMA.
CUV.
Okay, that one's not for me, but anyway, it looks good.
Okay, COG. Looking
Yep,
a little
that's
bit
right.
better. M70.
I'm liking this one, Dave. This is one of the, again, another one of those dark horses for this year. M70.
Well, would you? I think you've got a 0.75. Would you target a 0.98 with a stop at say 0.62?
Yeah, you would. No, if you want to take that extra risk, I mean, this is obviously risk, right? If you want to take, even though
they're not profitable.
They're not profitable, exactly. So you're taking that risk that it could be volatile, it could have a recovery and then a big back down right again. So you've got to be active with these trades when they're high risk. So yeah, look, but I still like this because they've reported quite well recently. So there's momentum behind this. The market's sort of starting to turn around. I don't mind this trade at all to $1.
Wolf, look how it can move. You got a similar sort of price action back here, didn't you? You had it tried to come up, couldn't go through, then has that sort of breakthrough, then has a nice little run.
Agree.
I don't know. I think it's worth looking at. Another one might surprise you, 7 Group.
Go up to the SDI. I want to have a look at that one. What's this SDI?
SDI, that looks good as well.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I just interesting to see how some of these actually go. Okay, keep going.
ALQ, again, I know
that's a very good one. I like that one. QBE is another great one. Oh, actually, looks very good. I like this one a lot.
QBE looks excellent, doesn't it? You think it could go back to that 320, wouldn't you?
If you have a bit of a market run, why not?
VRS, which you actually traded this one before. It's a high risk play, but
very high. It's extremely lightly traded. I mean, one trade a day almost.
88 Wolf.
I like it. Yeah, another great story.
Weebit had the breakout.
Yeah, one more stock.
SLX.
Wow, that's a good chart.
DSE, which
look, that's crazy move last week. What's going on there?
Well, it's most probably a sign that we're going to have a good announcement from it, Wolf. I would say. COS actually has gone crazy this morning, Wolf.
Yes.
It's gone absolutely crazy up to 90. So great stuff. S32.
That's going well too.
CSR is a gem of a great looking stuff. Yeah. IMD.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive. DRE.
Yeah.
Obviously have.
Yeah.
QXR looks good. And then we've got Fortescue. Basically a number of commodity plays. I've got WAF in there. So yeah, generally speaking, Wolf, I didn't put charts on all of them, but a lot of those looking good. So there's plenty to play with there. Plenty to play with. That looks excellent.
More than plenty, Dave. I think there's enough for everyone, basically. We're not going hungry this week.
Famous last words. I think someone said that in 1987. All right, Wolfie, that's a fantastic, brilliant. We got obviously we'll be here tomorrow. We got live tomorrow night, and I'm going to put some of those trades out anyway, so people can.
Yeah, you've got a couple of nice ones in there, don't you?
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Wolfie. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.